Hi everyone, it's Valerie from Protea Paper and Lace, and I'm finally back with a new video. Some of you know I have had COVID. I had it back in January, and I just had complications from it, but although I had a mild case, didn't need hospitalized, had no breathing issues, I just kept getting a sore throat. I had to keep quarantining, so that's all over now. It's been over, but I still have had trouble having energy, feeling like I had enough mojo to be creative. Then my camera broke, so that's why you haven't seen me, but I'm finally back, and I'm really happy about that. And as I said, I didn't really have enough energy to really work on a journal. So what I was doing were smaller tasks, or should I say projects, like tags. And so this is what I've done. This is at least some of them. Some of them I've put away already, just because that's what I do. I make something and put it away. But recently I thought, I'm going to go ahead and open my Etsy store and try that. Etsy's never really worked that well for me, but since I'm doing YouTube videos, I thought maybe I'll go ahead and reopen my shop and offer a few journals once I make them, you know. I have some things put back for when I was in shows and when I was in the Rift, which is like not a consignment store, but similar to that. You rent space and it's all finer artists. It's really a nice place, but it's like an hour away. But once COVID hit, I had to pull all my things out of that store because things were that bad around our area, which is Ohio, northeastern Ohio. So I'd only been in there for about 3 weeks, so I have a lot of inventory, and I might be pulling some of those things out, and we'll see how it goes. So today I just wanted to show you some things that I have been working on. Like I said, first of all, I'm a huge Tim Holtz fan. I love Tim Holtz things, and I have a huge collection in my stash, and a lot of times I hoard it. I don't want to use it, but what I do have used are these embossing folders. Can you see that one? That one is obviously steampunk. Can you see it? And they're supposed to be deeper, you know, so here's a floral one. I only have 2, but I think there's maybe 6 or more to choose from. There aren't like 15, but I think maybe 6, or I think they're under 10 anyway, you know, to choose from. So that's them, and this is what I made, and that's the floral pattern. See how deep that pattern is on the back. The lighting in here is odd. And, whoops, oh, I'm so sorry. Here's 2 more. This one I made more silver, and I'll let you know how I did it. And this one's more copper, and this is what it looks like before I paint it. And what inspired me to make this particular video is because when I was looking at some of the more recent Tim Holtz releases, one of the things that I saw were, of course, there were new wallpaper packages, and I love those, and I did buy 2 packs, and I think that's all that was available at my Hobby Lobby, which is about 40 minutes away. So I got to thinking about, I'm getting ahead of myself here. One of the products that I saw that he's got out it's a packet of papers that are shiny, and they're silver, and they're like, sort of like this. Okay, and I think you get 10 sheets in a pack, and they're the same size as the wallpapers are, and I think it was $10, so it's $1 a piece. But years ago, I saw a video, maybe 5-6 years ago, and it showed how to use this, which this is furnace tape, and it's just as shiny, although I've had sheets of this before, not the furnace tape, but shiny paper that I got at It's a craft store about an hour away from me. It's in Brunswick. It's called Hollows. And I talk about Hollows a lot on my YouTube because it's so affordable. Like parchment paper I can buy by the pound. And let's see, what other types of paper? Cardstock papers. And the parchment paper comes in different weights. It's just an amazing store. I love it. And by buying by the pound, you save a lot of money. But anyway, I digress. This is what I used to make this. And as you can see, I don't have any tags. That's because I made this. I had only one laid out like this, of course. So let me pause this real quick. Oops, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. These tags. And I just get these at Office Max. I'm sorry, keep bumping this tripod. Like I said, this camera's new, and I've never used a full-size tripod before with my old camera, so I apologize. That doesn't need in here. So this is what I started with. So I'm going to just show you real quick, and these are some of the tags. Another point I wanted to make, I know I'm getting off track here a little bit, but I like to save things. For instance, the tags that come in your clothing, with your clothing, isn't that neat? So I thought, well, I can make some kind of tag out of that. And I save, here's one. This is a clothing tag. And of course this, I save these and I cover them with cardstock or this type of a thing, or whatever. This is just two of the oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Tags like these that I just put cardstock on one side and coffee dyed paper on the other, and then I made a little journal out of it. And so, and isn't this one cute? This is actually a clothing tag, and it did not have that. I put that on there, but still, isn't it cute? And that's Tim Holtz wallpapers. This is an older collection that I had in my stash. And this is a clothing tag. See? Uh-oh. I think Bixby's heard me, and he's probably come to haunt me. And this is another, just one of these. And that's what the rest of these are. So let's put these out of the way. Look at this one. Isn't this cute? And it comes with that, so I won't even have to put an eyelid in it. Okay, so this is how I made the tags. So and you'll see that the tape isn't wide enough to be in one sheet, but guess what? You'll never see the seam. See, this one hasn't been painted. Can you see the seam? Can you tell? You can't really tell. So why would I, pardon me, why would I pay $10 for 10 sheets when, like I said, I've had this for probably 6 years. Oh, I cut these a little long. And look how, I haven't used all that much of it, actually. I'll save that so I didn't waste anything there. Okay. So, here we go. And so I just kind of gradually pull it off the backing, cover the tag, and I just let it stick to my surface here. And then I use my bone folder, and see, it'll take all those wrinkles right out. So then, and for this project, unless you're going to leave it like this, smooth like this, once you run it through your embossing folder, it straightens all that out anyway. But I'm a little bit compulsive here with it because I worry that if I don't smooth it, it'll be a permanent crease in maybe the pattern of whatever folder I'm using. So I do try to avoid that. Okay, I just smoothed it off. And then I just pull it off my surface. And I turn it over. Oops, there we go. And then I cut 2 more. So I hope nobody else has had as much bad luck with their health as I have. But again, I'm all better now and not looking back. But I hope no one else had to go through it. It's no fun. No picnic. So let me get this. My nails have all broken off. Couldn't get my nails done because I was quarantined. There we go. Sorry about that. Took a little while, but I got it. Okay, so then I just smooth it out again, and I'm not being real fussy because I know it's not going to show because I'm running it through the embossing folder. Okay, so then I just lift it up and just cut along the edges. Sometimes it's hard to see where they are. There it is. I'm showing you, I don't mean to pull it out of your view. Okay. So now that I've got it trimmed, and I missed a little bit there, so I'm just going to go back. It doesn't really have to be that fussy, but since I'm trying to show you how I do it, I will be a little bit more particular. So, and that's all there is. See? Now you can see the seam. There it is. There it is. But if you're decorating it, painting it, and honestly, I don't typically run it, can you see it, that far over because you can see the layers. So this one's a little better. But it doesn't matter because once you run it through your embossing machine, you know, it looks pretty good. So then, to get these, what I did is I painted them all with a matte black acrylic paint, except for this one. No, I take that back. Painted them all, front and back, black with the matte paint. Then what I did is, for this one, I went over it with a brown acrylic paint, but I dabbed a lot or rubbed a lot off. I did both with paper towel so that I would get that little bit of brown tone to it. Then I love this product. And you know, you can get the pots. This is Rub and Buff. You can get the pots, and I don't know what brand that is, but I don't like the pots because, for me, I don't use them enough, and they dry up before I can actually get my money's worth. So even sometimes these dry up. So I have a silver one, and this one is black, and I used black on this one, and a little on this one, and I just applied it with a rubber glove because this is not a water-based product. But say you don't want to spend, I think these are, I got them at Hobby Lobby, and I think they're maybe $8 or $10 a piece. And I'm out of gold, so I had gold too, and I have like a brick color. They make a brick color. But I had these, and all these are paints that I got at Walmart, metallic paints. Shake them up. See, this one's called Worn Penny, and it's metallic. And this one, I love green. Green is one of my, I love green and purple. And this is a metallic green. And I just, and this is, like I said, an acrylic, so it's water-based. So I just put a little dab on whatever work surface I'm working on, and I just put on with my finger, and then, you know, kind of rubbed it off until I got the look I wanted. And I didn't decorate these too heavily because I want them to fit into pockets in journal pages, although this one's a little thick, but like these too. And this one's kind of thin. I wanted that. I really like that paper. That's an older paper pack too, so I bet a lot of you have it. And this one's kind of neat, isn't it? This is a new product. One of the products I used for this is another newish product that Tim Holtz has out, and it's a resist spray. And then I embossed it with a powdered emboss, and I used two different types. Like on this one, this side I should say, I used this, it's more of a shiny metallic, and then I went over it with what I had in my stash, and this was a Tim Holtz product. There's the side I just used that embossing powder, and it was like the color was vintage photo, but it's to create a rusting type of an effect. And I really like the way this turned out. I think it looks pretty cool. In fact, I'm probably not going to do anything else with this tag. Although I did spray it with, I sprayed it first with the Tim Holtz stains. They're, they come in the little, don't confuse the paints with because I did that, with the stains, but the little, like the vintage photo that you use to ink everything up, same product. I just used my stamp, and some of them I have sprays, but like the orangey one, I only had the ink pad, so I just rubbed it on, and then I sprayed it with water, and it all kind of, ran together, and I really wanted that look. And then I used the resist spray really heavily over the whole thing, and then I embossed it with first the metallic and let it dry, of course, with my heat gun to melt it, and then I sprayed it again with the resist, and then I used the more rusty looking stuff. So that's it. And Bixby has not bothered us. Can you believe it? He's sleeping. He's finally going to be 3, next month? So he's starting to take naps. He's not quite so ornery, at least not 24/7. So if I talk too loud, he'll probably come in here and get his face all up in there, and we don't want that because he's not safe. He eats stuff that, it's not good for him. And then I'm constantly scolding him because I don't want him to get poisoned. So that's my story. So anyway, thank you everybody. I hope everyone is well. And I have some books I want to post on my YouTube channel to do a few walkthroughs. And hopefully I will be doing that in the near future. Thank you so much, and I hope everyone's well. Bye-bye.